So Elon Musk comes in. Remember, he bought about 10% of Twitter. Now he is offered to do one of two things. Buy the company outright. Because Twitter is a publicly traded company, their board has to consider this, has to consider the offer, has to consider, because they have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. They're not a private company. They're a publicly traded company.
We've got some people who just want to play fair. I think we've trained kids for 20 years to run out of the room when they hear a different viewpoint. Our college campuses and universities are completely biased and one-sided. And our social media platforms are the same way. They're censoring ACLJ. They're censoring me. They're censoring you. They don't like arguments to be made that show their hypocrisy.
If you're promoting crimes, if you're promoting illegal activity, then it's not freedom. It's not freedom of speech you're talking about. You're talking about criminal conduct. And that doesn't have to be treated the same. So their first freak out is a lie. Their second is they don't want people to have opinions that they may not agree with or that may be in the minority. But even the extreme minority opinion should be allowed in the United States of America. Now, on Twitter, it's about half the country's opinion that isn't allowed.
They need to control the debate. It's why editors, at newspapers used to control the whole debate, and now social media means we don't need the reporter and the editor anymore. We go straight to the people. Well, now they're biting back, and they're trying to control that.
More speech is always good for our country, man. I think that, more sharing of ideas and letting people say, I don't agree, I do agree, I think you're crazy, I think you're crazy. It's fine. That's America. It's more like when our founding existed. It was a lot of nasty political rhetoric and some partisanship and some right and some wrongs and some I believe this, but it's also ideas. Sometimes it's just ideas, and sometimes an idea which could be very small. I'm sure the idea what Elon Musk had of creating Tesla, an electric car company, started out, a lot of people think, he's crazy. Then he goes, I'm gonna put people in space. You're crazy.
More individuals need to step up and push to make big tech, corporations, universities just play fair. We're not asking them to be conservative.
Nope.
We're asking them to just not be making progressive arguments and limiting the conservative argument.
To call him a conservative or Republican is a joke now, but Max Boot wrote this. I am frightened by the impact on society and politics. Such a joke. If Elon Musk acquires Twitter, they love Tesla. They love their electric cars that he created, but SpaceX great, but not Twitter. He seems to believe that social media, anything goes. You mean freedom of speech? When you write a tweet like this, it's scary. He says, for democracy to survive, we need more content moderation, not less. For democracy to survive. This is a pretty low bar for democracy survival, by the way. We just need more content moderation. We need more child content moderators, college kids, moderating pro-life content online. Now, Max Boot is I don't know if he's even a pro-life conservative, but if he is, he should probably check what's going on with the content moderation world just on that issue. It's absurd. The fact that you can't talk about the Durham investigation without getting flagged by Facebook. The fact that we can't have a legal analysis and some 20-year-old kid flags us and people like Nikki Haley for our legal analysis. It's a joke.
It doesn't make sense. He's totally blinded that somehow we need to limit the conversation in order to have greater freedoms.
People claim that we're the theocrat Christian right, and yet we're the ones saying free speech for all. Where's the ACLU these days? They used to defend really radical speech. They even used to join some of our cases. But now they only choose one side of speech.
We should not be afraid of conversations about content, about anything. I don't care what it is. If you believe that you have the right way, then you should be able to talk about all of these issues, and it's only going to strengthen your arguments.
The Bill of Rights begins with these freedoms. Not freedom of a kind of speech or a kind of a religion or a certain kind of press, but of all the speech and of all the religions and of all the press.